Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a total head-scratcher, the case of the missing money, and understanding a little thing called lifestyle inflation. We're tackling a mystery that pretty much all of us have bumped into at some point in our working lives. It's this universal, incredibly frustrating phenomenon. You start making more money, your paycheck goes up, but somehow, you end up feeling just as broke as you did before. We're going to break down the exact mechanics of why this happens, and more importantly, how to actually stop it.
Seriously, let me ask you this. Have you ever gotten a raise, totally celebrated, but then, a few months down the line, you still felt entirely broke? If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are absolutely not alone. It's a super common experience that honestly just defies basic logic.
So let's get into the paradox of raises. Mathematically speaking, right, if you get a raise, you literally have more dollars in your bank account. Because of that, you should feel richer. You should have way more breathing room. But instead, 6 months later, absolutely nothing has changed. How is that even possible? To figure this out, let's look at Mark's $20,000 promotion. A few years ago, this guy named Mark got a fantastic promotion at work. He was absolutely thrilled. He was anticipating that this new role would bring him a whole lot less stress and finally some real financial freedom. Now, before the promotion, Mark's salary was $50,000 a year. This was his baseline. It's the exact amount of money he used to pay his rent, buy his groceries, and just go about his day-to-day life. He was surviving, sure, but he was really hoping for more. And then, bam, his salary jumped to $70,000 a year. That is a massive $20,000 increase. Mark was over the moon. Finally, more money. Finally, less stress. Or at least that's what he thought.
So how does this play out over time? Well, in month 1, everything felt amazing. He had the promotion, the hype, that bigger paycheck finally hitting his account. Fast forward to month 3, and Mark started making some small upgrades to his life. Slightly nicer apartment, a shiny new phone, eating out a little bit more. But by month 6, his bank account looked almost exactly the same as it did when he was making 50 grand.
And listen, these small upgrades, they are incredibly relatable. It's not like Mark went out and bought a private jet or a luxury yacht. He just upgraded his apartment. He started eating out a bit more often, picked up a nicer phone, maybe signed up for a few new monthly streaming subscriptions. Nothing crazy, just small, harmless upgrades. Things he genuinely felt he deserved after working so hard for that promotion. And honestly, he probably did deserve them.
But here's the resolution to the mystery of that missing $20,000. That extra money was completely gone. Not because of some unexpected medical emergency, not because of a sudden string of awful luck. The money vanished simply because his lifestyle quietly expanded to consume the extra cash. It stretched perfectly to eat up the entire difference.
Which brings us to the lifestyle inflation trap. What Mark fell into isn't just some personal failing on his part. It's actually a very well-documented psychological and economic phenomenon. It's a silent trap that catches literally millions of hardworking people entirely off guard.
So what exactly is lifestyle inflation? Well, by definition, it's a phenomenon where every single time your income rises, your expenses rise right alongside it. It's an almost automatic response for most of us, right? You get a raise, so you get a better car, a bigger house, pricier vacations. You pay for more convenience, and suddenly you have way more monthly payments.
The psychology behind this is wild. It's this sneaky 3-step trap we call the cycle of normalcy. Step 1, you buy a luxury. Maybe it's that better car or a more spacious apartment. Step 2, very, very quickly, what once felt like a total luxury just becomes your new normal. And then step 3, the real trap. That new normal morphs into a strict necessity. You suddenly feel like you literally cannot survive without it.
Think about the pure math of the income trap. You've got your old income and then your new higher income. But then you'll look at that third metric, your new expenses. They have shot straight up to match the exact height of your new income. When your income grows, but your spending grows just as fast, mathematically speaking, absolutely nothing changes for your actual net worth.
I really want you to consider this vital takeaway. The problem isn't earning more money. The problem is increasing expenses at the same speed. That hits the nail right on the head. This is exactly why millions of people can work harder and harder, earn more and more money over their entire careers, yet somehow still feel like they're completely stuck on a hamster wheel.
Let's move on to earning versus keeping. So, how do we actually break this cycle and benefit from our hard work? We really have to pivot our mindset and recognize the massive difference between earning money and keeping money. People who successfully build wealth understand one fundamental rule that our guy Mark completely missed.
Here's that absolutely crucial mindset shift. When your income increases, not every dollar gets promoted. Let me say that again. Just because you got a promotion at the office, it doesn't mean all your newly earned dollars get a promotion into the spending category. Your lifestyle simply does not need a $20,000 raise just because your salary got one.
If we look at how wealth builders direct their extra income, the difference is night and day. When they get a raise, they take a massive chunk of those unpromoted dollars and immediately put them to work. They channel them straight into investing, saving, and building assets. They actively intercept that money before the lifestyle inflation trap can quietly gobble it up. So, here's the ultimate contrast. On one side, we have the trap, this widespread belief that financial freedom is created simply by how much you make, just earning more money, right? But on the other side, we have the secret. True freedom is created by how much you keep. It's that gap between your income and your expenses that actually buys your freedom. And that is the real game changer most people never even notice.
I want to leave you with a question to really chew on regarding your own finances. When your income increases, is every extra dollar getting promoted? Remember, true wealth isn't about the size of your paycheck. It's about the size of the gap you keep between what you earn and what you spend. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you on the next one.